Hello everyone, it's been a little while again. I'm doing well and I'm excited to finally be able to share some of the work I've been doing for my master's project at Bunka Gakuen University. One of the main reasons for why I've been so quiet was because of this work. My plans changed very dramatically compared to the original reason for why I came to this university, which was to make a collection. I ended up deciding not to do that because another very unique opportunity came up, which I decided would be good to pursue while I was studying here. I'm still very interested in design and making fashion, but this project was a really interesting new direction for me, and because it was so different from everything I've already done, I wasn't really sure how I would be able to share it online. I've also been working with various researchers and institutes with my research, so that also requires its own series of permissions and things also changing, so it would have been too complicated anyway. Some of my work will still be shrouded in mystery for a little while longer, but because I'm starting my final semester now, I can start revealing some things. I've always been really passionate about finding ways to combine technology with fashion, and some of that was done through my undergraduate collection, Creativity Gets an Upgrade, and I wanted to continue that interest through pursuing a master's degree. Along with making the collection, one of my main goals for coming to Bunka was the opportunity to teach myself how to use Clo 3D. If you're already familiar with the world of 3D and virtual fashion, you'll likely already know about Clo and Marvelous Designer. But a quick explanation is that Clo is a 3D software that also utilizes 2D pattern making methods, along with a 3D interface, so you can drape the 2D patterns over a 3D model to see how they might look as a functional garment. This kind of technology has been implemented in the gaming industry, mostly using Marvelous Designer, and then Clo 3D for the apparel industry. When I was in my first semester and teaching myself how to use Clo, an opportunity came up to use the software in a way that I didn't expect. Bunka has a museum attached to the school known as the Bunka Gakuen Costume Museum. They're open to the public, and during various times of the year they have different exhibitions showcasing various parts of the university's collection. One of the pieces in their collection is a circa 1895 Japanese Western style imperial court dress known as Tairei Fuku. And this Tairei Fuku in particular originally belonged to the Meiji Empress, Shokin Kotago, who was the consort of Emperor Meiji. Tairei Fuku were the most elaborate form of court dress, mostly saved for very important ceremonies such as New Year celebrations. They were exquisitely detailed and featured these very beautiful trains that were embroidered by hand. Only 3 Tairei Fuku still exist that belong to the Meiji Empress, so it is a highly treasured piece of the university's collection. And the plan was to have the Tairei Fuku put on display during the university's 100th anniversary exhibition this year. So because of that, I was approached with the challenge to try and recreate the Tairei Fuku in 3D. At the time, I was still very new to learning the software, so it took me a lot of time to figure out not only if it was possible, but how to do it. I was fortunate to have a lot of support on the historical side of things for the Tairei Fuku, so I got to receive some documents about the pattern measurements and various details about the Tairei Fuku, which helped immensely, especially because I couldn't see the Tairei Fuku for some time because it was still in storage. So looking back at the result I made a year ago, it was very basic, but I'm very grateful that potential was seen in it, and I continued working on this project. Between that time and now, some other things happened which I still can't really explain fully just yet. But between that time, I got to refine my skills in Clo, and I was able to see the Tairei Fuku in person and get some pictures, which was incredibly helpful. So leading up to the last 6 months, the exhibition was in the planning process, and I got to work with the museum to figure out how to develop a display using my virtual Tairei Fuku to contribute to the exhibition. Unfortunately, I can't show you all of my contributions because some of it is specifically for inside the exhibition only. But there is another part of this project which you can try for yourself from anywhere in the world. Following the QR code here or the link in the description, you can try out this virtual interactive experience using the 3D Tairei Fuku. It'll work on most devices, even when your phone's in portrait or landscape mode, but it was mostly designed for phones in landscape mode. Along with recreating the whole Tairei Fuku, this was probably the most ambitious part of the project, so I want to thank my brother Jono for helping put it together. After accessing the virtual experience, you can explore the Tairei Fuku by moving it around and zooming in and out. There are buttons on both the Tairei Fuku itself and on the sidebar. You can change the language to English on the bottom right. By selecting a button, a window will pop up with more information. On the left you will see either an image, a GIF, or another 3D model that you can interact with. This project was designed to be an interactive way to learn more about what Tarefuku is, especially if you can't see it in person at the exhibition. My second contribution is something that you have to see in person at the exhibition alongside the real Tarefuku, so I cannot share it here unfortunately. In the real exhibition area where the real Tarefuku is being displayed, I also have a video alongside it which is playing in both English and Japanese. If you're in Tokyo until the 13th of November, then please come visit the museum to check it out. And also please note the web platform I just shared will also only be up until the 13th. When working with the museum to develop the video, we discussed some of the various mysteries surrounding the Tarefuku which would be interesting to share. The video was designed to add an additional perspective to the viewing experience of the real Tarefuku by using these 3D technologies to get some extra perspectives. Putting this project together was an incredible experience. I've always been interested in fashion history and historic dress, but I've never really had the opportunity to explore it until now. I've been able to work with some incredible people and researchers and also contribute my work to a symposium and a documentary, which I would like to explain in a future video as well. I'm getting to the point now in my studies where I need to start deciding what I'm going to do next. Whether that involves me continuing this research or even adding some of the previous fashion tech stuff I did before, or anything in between, I'm not entirely sure just yet. I'm still very passionate and interested in my fashion projects, but doing this new project has been incredibly fulfilling. Part of the reason why I decided to come to Japan was to find a new way to be able to use my interest in fashion and technology, and I certainly got that. I'll do my best to share more in the near future, but it's still going to take some time for me to understand what I'm doing and where I'm going. But until then, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye!